Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed enemies and honored viewers, in this video, we confront a deeply unsettling yet crucial topic: divine or holy racism and how you can crush it once and forever. You may have had experience already of some form of racism, and sometimes you might be very smart enough to hide it somewhere in your subconscious mind. But we need to know and we need to identify how we can heal from it. Throughout history, sacred texts from various religious traditions have inspired millions of minds and billions of minds who in the end found justification to oppress, to discriminate, to kill, to maim, and to abuse others using open and subtle forms of violence, and at times have destroyed entire races and ethnicities. This is not merely a matter of historical curiosity. It is a pressing ethical challenge that continues to influence societal norms and other forms of prejudice. If you are a sober-minded human being, you need to realize that you need to crush holy racism once and for all. Our YouTube channel is your gateway into a world of captivating content that will ignite your imagination, stimulate intellect, and help you interact with your righteous ancestors and the holy ones. You have to join such ever-growing family of subscribers and other YouTubers and other channels to become part of a vibrant network to create a like-minded society who share an insatiable thirst for knowledge, for fairness, for justice, on top of curiosity and on top of understanding this world that we live in and the universe. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join us on this exhilarating journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. Together, we will unlock the wonders of the universe and unleash the power of our collective imagination for the better of our lives today. Join us and let us make every moment of our existence on this planet count. How can you crush holy or divine racism once and for all and forever? First, we must find its roots, and we must immediately uproot it out of our own psyche first and mentally chop it down into smithereens and crush it into nothing and bend the dross. Because divine racism has theological roots that identify certain people as chosen race, stereotyping the holiness mentality with an implicit bias that justifies their rogue actions and conforms to cognitive biases that are found in their holy books. And the followers end up with authoritarian personality in which they think that they have a divine right to convert other people, to kill other people, to bend other people's free will so that they can conform to believe in their version of God or a deity. But these people are also just victims of fear and anxiety and scared of losing in a clean, clear, logical argument. And thus they think that they are set apart, they think that they are a holy nation, and they have a caste society in which other people are classified as useless or worthless. When we find the gods that are responsible for inspiring holy racism, then we remove that God out of our lives. Then we unfollow his or her religion, even their so-called spirituality. Let us know and understand that there is a sad, sordid history of pain caused by these gods, forced socialization forced by these gods, cultural destruction caused by these gods, institutional racism caused by these gods, economic factors caused by these gods, fear and ignorance planted by these gods, psychological detrimental factors pushed by these gods, political factors that are detrimental to human happiness forced by these gods, wars of conquest forced by these gods. It is very clear that when you identify the messengers and the chief proponents of these gods, you have to do a favor to them and never follow them, disbelieve them, cast away their message, and if they call you to convert, tell them to go to hell and suffer there. Let us consider some crucial scriptures and verses found in these revered books that preach and teach divine racism, because divine racism has theological roots. You know, the most popular one is the case of Ham. This erroneous racial biblical interpretation is in the Bible, has survived for millennia, has saved and shaped the thoughts and the ideas of the Judeo-Christian religion as well as Islamic religion. What does the Bible say about racism? It is very clear that in the Bible, if you read Genesis 36, the God who speaks there says, Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. The Esau he hates is the one who comes out in Genesis 25, red and hairy. Why would we hate such an Esau? Why would we hate such a being? Why would we continue to create such a human being? In Matthew 15, Jesus encounters an African woman. They call them Canaanites. Canaanites were melanin-dominant human beings. And this woman begs to be cured. And Jesus refuses and goes on to call this woman a dog. In those days, the Jews of those days used to call Gentiles dogs, using the Greek word kuona. Ukuona means to be wrong, to be sinful. It is important to realize that these non-Jews that were considered as dogs were considered so unspiritual to the point that mere presence amongst them would cause the person to be unceremonially clean. So because of this idea, the Jews thought that they were the chosen people, and therefore they thought that salvation was from them. And even Paul in Romans 1:16 says, he is a disciple, he's a preacher, he's a teacher of Jesus Christ. But he said, the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first, and also for the Greeks. No African is mentioned there. So it is very clear that it is important that the ideology of a chosen race, a chosen people, as taught in Deuteronomy 7 verse 6, that you are a holy people to Yahweh your God, chosen you to be a people for his own possession above all peoples who are on the face of the earth. If anyone thinks that this Yahweh is the unknowable creator, then this Yahweh is a racist. But fortunately, we know the better today. The merciless holy racism went on to give the Israelites the ideology to kill and destroy and smite and utterly destroy the 7 nations that were in Canaan land. He said, "Thou shalt make no covenant with them." Don't even talk to them. Don't agree to them. And show them no mercy at all. This is racism, which was immediately followed by genocide. When you go to the Quran, in Quran 9:5, it says, "And when the sacred months have passed, then kill the polytheists." In those days, because of the ignorance that the followers of the Quran had, they thought that melanin-dominant Africans and other people were polytheists. Yet the same Muslims revered the stone at Makkah. So who is a polytheist? They believed in Allah. They also revere the Kaaba. And they say these people must be killed, must be forced to be converted. This is intolerance, and it is typically and purely racist. When you go to the Book of Mormon, you find that the mere mention of black and dark skin placed upon the Lamanites so that they could be distinguished from the Nephites and to keep the two peoples from mixing. If you read the other scripture there given, 2 Nephi 5:21-23, the skin was the sign of the curse. The curse was the withdrawal of the Spirit of the Lord. Dark skin is no longer to be considered a sign of a curse. That's what they thought once you convert. So the Book of Mormon teaches racism. When you go to the Gita, you have to buy our book, own our book, order our book, Free from God, for it deals thoroughly with the Gita and with Hinduism, and how now they are trying to rewrite history by correcting the Aryan invasion history by calling it Aryan invasion theory. The Brahmas cause this caste society. If you read Bhagavad Gita 18:41, it says Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, and Sudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes. And therefore you find our own melanin dominant brothers and sisters, the Dravidians, are the lowest, and they are taught and forced to remain as low. It's bad, it's worse if we go to the Gita. Holy racism source in these books, revered and followed by billions, have contributed to a moral landscape today on earth, where racial and ethnic superiority, accepted as divinely sanctioned, has profoundly soiled and besmirched and made our consciousness dirty and stunted. We thus must critically examine these elements within our own ideology and our own lives, even if we do not believe in these holy books or in these gods, because the pervasiveness of the holy books in propagating racism is so powerful and continues to destroy us, as overt racism, generally accepted, and also covert racism, normally hidden and not known. So, like hate crimes, lynching, anti-immigrant violence, or xenophobic, all these are behaviors and psychological states of mind that we must destroy in order to destroy so-called divine or holy racism, by making it profane, unconsecrated, unhallowed, unholy, and not to even hallow it or consecrate it at any point, and to never fear the gods and the propagators of these behaviors, because that fear, if you have it, will cause you to give them power. It's a lot. Deprogramming from the influence of divine or holy racism helps in protecting your mentality and spirituality from its pervasive influence. If any holy book, if any god, if any prophet, if any teacher teaches conversion to their religion, or teaches a religion that eventually will kill or maim or enslave those that refuse to follow it, or even has killed even one human being, that religion is deprived of your following. It should never be within your doors. And that religion has deprived another free will choice of a human being. It's an evil system founded by evil gods. From this, let us run away fast and never look back. Only African spirituality and all other indigenous religions found all over the earth never forced anybody to convert or to practice what they practiced. And they never practiced so-called holy racism. So, to such, let us turn and follow, for these are the original and the true holy religions and spiritualities to follow. If you are interested in following one such spirituality, we invite you to send us an email on john@mafado.com for our universal Ubuntu Ma'ati spirit and our Afro salvation consciousness for every melanin dominant human being. Your manager Topi, Priest Rabbi LM Kurigam Jaganja, says, run away from any religion that has forced you to follow it or killed even one person, or coerced even one person. Run away from such. Ameni.